We roll the dice and we survive. It looks like we're hitting Little Joe as we hit week 5 in the NFL Survivor. Joe the Fan here with Shano Max. Shano, we survived, my friend.
Yeah, well, the Texans won big. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, you rolled the dice a little bit. And you're like, Little Joe. Before we get to our picks, you know what Little Joe means? Because I went to a casino in Vegas. That was the last time I went to Vegas, and this is years and years ago. I got to go back. Especially to go see my friend Mitch and Paulie. But yeah, I rolled a hard 4, two twos, which is a Little Joe. And the guy's like, what is that? I was like, bro, how are you even a dealer? How are you even a pip? And like the pit boss had to tell him, like, dude, that's hard 4, man. Come on, what are you doing? You got ace deuce, know the lingo, bro.
Craps is fun to play. I like playing craps. It's fun. I don't know all the lingo because I don't play it that often, but it's a fun game. One of the best table games to play. That and roulette are like my 2 favorite to play.
You have to pay attention because when it gets big and there's a hot roller, the dealers just there's dealers on each side of the table, and they just put it down, and if you don't pick it up, that's a bet. Maybe you're betting on the odds, Yep. And hey, coming out, what pisses me off is when I'm on a streak, is at the very last second is all right. Hey, it's coming out, and then someone throws something as I'm in the motion. I'm like, what the? Anyway, let's get to work. So we already selected Zona, Dallas, Seattle, Houston. Those were our first 4 picks. We're in week 5 here. We're going to pull out the other guys' names. Matt Picks has already made their pick as well as the judgment. So we're still waiting on P. Sherman 42, Wallaby Way. I still think it's what do you call it? What's the dog's name from Bullwinkle and Rocky and Bullwinkle?
The dog?
Yeah, remember he had a.
Yeah. That was his name was Sherman, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't it Sherman?
Yeah, but that I'm telling you, that's from Finding Nemo.
Okay. And then Prestige Worldwide, and then
that's from Step Brothers.
Okay, and then Strawberry Swishers Part 2, which I have no clue what that is from.
The only thing I can think of that is Swisher Sweets, like there's like a little cigarello. They're like a little cigarette, like a cigars.
Gotcha. Okay,
that's the only thing I can think of for that.
Okay, we're gonna need to investigate that. So it is week 5. Here are some of the games that again that we can pick from, and then there's stuff that obviously we can't because we already used it. So right off the bat, since we already used X amount of teams, we have the following there, Shano. Here it comes. San Francisco and the Rams, which is tomorrow night. Minnesota and Cleveland, that is still available for us. Miami, Carolina is available for us. Dallas, the Jets is available. Las Vegas at Indiana Jones. Denver, Philly. We cannot. We can use this. The Giants in New Orleans. We cannot use the. We can use the Ravens, correct?
Yeah, we didn't pick the Ravens yet.
Okay, so Houston Ravens. We cannot use the game between the Tennessee and Arizona because we used them week 1.
Well, you
cannot use the Tampa Bay
Tennessee if you wanted to, but that's a death sentence.
Yeah. We cannot use the Tampa Bay Seattle because we use Seattle, of course. Detroit and Cincy is still in play. Washington and Chargers is still in play. Yes.
Yeah.
And the New England Buffalo is still in play. Kansas City and Jacksonville is still in play. So a lot of the teams that we picked are majority of them are on a bye.
Yeah, this is the first week of buys, right? So some teams are going to buy. I know like the Steelers are on buy this week. Who I can't remember who else is on buy, but Atlanta's on a buy, Chicago's on a buy, Packers on the buy. I think that's the first buys.
Yep.
But out of all the games you picked, there's a handful that I actually kind of like. Detroit at Cincinnati, that really jumps off at you. Cincinnati, it looks terrible so far without Burrow.
Yeah.
If I got Detroit schedule up here, the rest of their schedule's not super easy, but there's a couple spots where you could probably pick them.
Right.
That's probably that's a pretty good bet. I also like Indy at home versus the Raiders. That looks pretty good too. The Raiders don't look very good right now. Gino's like having like a turnover machine right now. He keeps turning the ball over. He's
Right.
thrown at least 2 picks, I think, the last couple games.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad one.
And they have some injuries.
Yeah.
They're
The
hurt.
injuries around the league. I feel like there's a lot more injuries in general around the league this year than in years prior.
Yeah. I do like Indiana Jones. I mean, I can go either way, Indiana or Detroit. I'm worried about Detroit in a sense of, hey, it's not under our dome, but I think in Detroit we can use later. Might be a Thanksgiving one. I don't know. They tend to do well recently in Thanksgiving. So I like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I like that one. I think that would be my pick for this week.
Okay.
I think if I hadn't used the Cardinals, this would be a perfect pick for them because they're playing Titans, and Titans look like they can't do anything.
Right.
They had less than 100 yards passing last game.
Right.
So I think that'd be a perfect pick. So if anybody's watching this and they haven't picked one yet, pick the Cardinals isn't a bad pick. But if I had to pick one this week, I think I would either go Indy or Buffalo. But I think Buffalo, I'm looking at their schedule right now. Next week they play at Atlanta. Maybe hold off on that. And then they have a bye. But then after the bye, they play the Panthers. I think that's like a prime spot right there to pick Buffalo.
Right.
I think that's good. And if you can wait for even longer, they still get a pretty favorable matchup later on. They still play Cincy. They still play the Jets. They still play the Browns. They still play Miami. So they still got a pretty favorable matchup. I mean, that's the benefit of them being in a weak division.
the one that I'm going to throw out there, I'm going to this is not my official pick here, Shano, but I like Minnesota over Cleveland. Listen, Cleveland just traveled. Minnesota's been there. They were in, last week they were overseas, and now they're in London. So
they've already been there for a week. They're more accustomed to it. That's not a bad one either, actually.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one. Honestly, I don't mind tomorrow night either. The Rams, I think the Rams beat the Niners tomorrow. Short week for the Niners going to the Rams, but that's a divisional game. Never know. But the Niners are banged up. They're super banged up.
Yeah,
they're super banged up right now. But the Rams, they have a pretty favorable schedule going forward too. Like they have, especially if you can hold them off to week 9. After their bye week, they play the Saints. I mean, that's like pretty much 2 bye weeks in a row.
Right. I wouldn't mind Dallas. I mean, Dallas can, but it's the Jets. I don't know. That's an iffy. The one that I think is a real iffy, but I think it's a possibility, an upset here. Denver over Philly.
Is it in Philly or is it in
Philly?
In Philly.
It's in Philly. You never know.
Yeah, Denver's got a good defense. You never know. And Philly, it's not like Philly's been blowing teams out. All their games have been close.
Right.
And the thing that scares me about Philly is they haven't really played a complete game yet, I don't think. Right. So like they've played like really good halves or really good quarters at times.
Right.
And they're still undefeated, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
If they ever put it all together, like, I mean, that's going to be a challenge for everybody in the NFC.
Yeah.
But yeah. But we already used Denver too, so we couldn't do that one either.
Yeah.
So we already used Denver. So out of the teams we could pick, I would either lean the Colts or Buffalo, but I like Buffalo's feature schedule more, so I think I would go Colts over the Raiders.
I would even lean Baltimore here.
The thing that scares me about Baltimore is their secondary is garbage.
Garbage. I agree, but you get blown out like that against KC, and it's at home. Baltimore's at home, and they're a dog.
Yeah. Who does Baltimore got coming up soon? They play the Rams next week, and then they have a bye, and then they play Chicago.
Yeah, I think we wait until when they play Chicago. I know
they get Chicago. After their bye, their schedule is a lot easier.
Yep.
Right, so I'm looking at it right now. They play Chicago. They play the Dolphins. They play the Jets. They play Cincinnati. I think their schedule's a lot easier after the bye. So I would hold on to Baltimore if you can. And I think hopefully after the bye week they can figure out whatever's plaguing them right now and turn that team around. Sure. Everybody thought they were like one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. I think they were the odds-on favorite on some books. Yeah. And like now they're 1-3, and so like they need to hurry up and turn that thing around, or it's gonna be like the Bengals of last year.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so what's our official pick here?
Let's go with Indiana Jones. Let's go with Indiana Jones against the Raiders.
Jones.
Go with Indiana Jones against the Raiders. Home game against the Raiders. The Raiders haven't looked very good. Indy's been playing really good. Daniel Jones has been playing really good. They could run the ball really well.
And they lost
I
last
think
week.
I don't think the Raiders defense doesn't scare me at all.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
outside of Max Crosby.
Yeah, and they lost last week to the Rams.
Yeah.
So
that was a pretty close game too. So like I think they'll want to get a little bit more revenge. I think that's a good pick. Is Colts over the Raiders.
You call him Dr. Jones. Okay.
As long as the Raiders don't bring like snakes onto the field. For like Indiana Jones is like scared of snakes.
Exactly. I hate snakes. Oh man, that franchise was great, man. I was worried when I was a kid. When I saw it in the movie theater, I was worried. Like, I don't know, this guy gonna do, and it actually turned out to be good.
Well, the first three are all classics. All those ones are good.
Yeah.
The fourth one was terrible. That was bad. Where they had like aliens for some reason and like a bunch of other stuff. I was like, what's going on here?
Right.
Indiana Jones is supposed to be like fighting the Nazis and stuff. That's like the whole purpose.
Right. It got to the beginning of it, and then I was like, okay, this is not bad. The first 5 minutes, like, okay, and then what's happened? And the last one was, I don't even know.
The last one was better than the fourth one, but
absolutely.
No, it's still nowhere near as good as the original trilogy.
Right. The original three was the best. I liked if I have to put in order, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2.
2 was Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
And then you had
They're all good. But I'm not a fan of, as my wife would say, $50 bill. Yeah, I never saw that movie. I hated that. I gave it 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm out. Stupid Goonies. The only thing that was good from the Goonies was Cyndi Lauper's song. That was it.
I like the Goonies, man. You got Josh Brolin. Young Josh Brolin was the older brother. You didn't like Sloth?
No. I was like, what is
Baby Ruth?
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go to our pick'ems here. Let me get out the specs, and we're going to look at week 5 here, Shayna, with, of course, Thursday's game. Your thoughts on that one?
I'm going Rams over Niners. I think the Rams are beat up right now. The Niners are beat up right now. The Rams have looked really good over the first couple weeks of the season. They just beat the Colts last week. Then they hung in tough with Philly. We had them plus the points, and then the blocked field goal screwed us. But I think the Rams have been looking really, really good. I'm taking the Rams over the Niners.
And it's in Los Angeles.
Yeah, in Los Angeles, short week. Home team usually does better on those type of games. I just think the Niners are too beat up. They have a lot of injuries right now.
Sunday morning's game, Minnesota Vikings at Cleveland. So Minnesota, of course, is the away team, playing in London at Tottenham.
I think I agree with you there. I think Minnesota wins that just because they've been there already for over a week. They're not going to be jet lagged.
Right. We're going with Indiana Jones over Las Vegas.
Yep.
The Giants and at New Orleans.
Ooh. I think.
I know
that's not going to be a great game to watch.
And it's in New Orleans.
Both teams are pretty bad. They showed some life though last week. They beat the Chargers. The Giants did. Then maybe they can be on a little roll here. Jackson Dart came out. Jackson Dart didn't throw the ball that great, but he had some nice runs. He ran in for a touchdown. If I had to pick, I would pick the Giants because I think their defense is better than the Saints.
Yeah, no question about that. All right, I'll go with you on Giants. I was really leaning towards New Orleans because they did pretty okay against Buffalo, and it was in Buffalo.
Yeah.
But all right, I'll go with you on Giants. Dallas, New York, Jets.
I would go Dallas there.
Okay. Philly, Denver. We're going Philly.
Yeah, but I think, like you said, that could be an upset there.
Yeah, that could be an upset.
That could be an upset there. But yeah, I mean, if I had to pick one, I'd pick Philly.
Miami at Carolina. I'm leaning Carolina here.
Miami at Carolina. Carolina, I think that's not a bad pick. I mean, Miami just had Tyreek Hill go out for the year.
Short week.
Yeah, short week. They played Monday night. Yeah, Tua is not that great, but I mean, neither is the Panthers, the quarterback, Bryce Young there.
Right.
Yeah, let's go Carolina.
Houston at Baltimore.
I think
like
Baltimore wins.
Yeah, I like the Ravens. They're pissed.
I like the Ravens, but I'm going to stay away from betting on that one just because I think the Ravens are just too banged up right now, especially on the defense.
Right. Arizona, Tennessee. It's in Arizona.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Tennessee looks like terrible. They look like they can't do anything.
Here's a big one here. I don't know what's going on with the app here. Seattle, Tampa.
That should be a good game. That should be a good game there.
It's in Seattle.
Both teams are playing really well right now. I think the difference maker there is at Seattle. I think I would go Seattle.
Does Evans not Edwards? Evans, is he back?
No, I think Evans is out for 2 more weeks. I think I saw.
All right.
Godwin's back though.
Godwin was back. He played last week. So
he played last week.
Yeah.
And
we'll
they have the rookie. They have the rookie that's pretty good too. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, he's there too. So, but Evans is out for because I think he originally was diagnosed like 3 to 4 weeks. I think they said.
Yeah.
For his injury.
Detroit, Cincy. We're going Detroit, correct?
Yeah, Detroit. Cincy looks terrible.
Now it's our game.
If it was our game, I would probably say Chargers. I hate to say it, but
I hate to say it too. But are they thinking of bringing Jaden back for?
Rumors say Jaden's coming back, and this is big news too. Sam Cosmi is Sam Cosmi's back, and they said he can come back. He has a chance to play this week, and that'd be great because we need some offensive line help. The only thing that Chargers the Chargers are gonna win just because their receivers are really good. Herbert's really good, and our secondary is garbage. And and the only thing that scares me a little bit is the Chargers just lost Joe Alt, their offense lineman. They drafted, and he's really good. And then the Chargers, I saw this the other day that they've given up the second most pressures. Like Herbert's been pressured the second most in the NFL right now. But luckily for him, he's playing us where we don't have a great pass rush. So
yeah.
I think Chargers win. Unfortunately, I'd have to pick Chargers.
And here's a big game Sunday night. KC at excuse me, that's the Monday night game. KC at Jacksonville. I'm sorry, Buffalo. I'm sorry, I forgot the Sunday night game. New England at Buffalo. We're going Buffalo, correct?
Buffalo.
Okay, and then Monday night's game is KC at Jacksonville.
I would probably say KC. KC looked pretty good last week against the Ravens. Looks like they're turning it around.
Okay, yeah, all right. I'll go KC. What is the tiebreaker here for the KC Jacksonville? What are we thinking? High scoring?
I don't know. KC's got a pretty decent defense there. What's the over under at right now?
Yeah, we're looking right now. Over under 46. I think they go over that.
46. I think KC wins. What do you think KC wins by? 4?
Yeah, I'm thinking like 31-28.
Yeah.
Even though that's 3 for you math folks out there. That's the last thing I need. New England at Buffalo. It's going to be a close game, I think.
New England at Buffalo? I think Buffalo wins by like a touchdown. I think it'd be like a one-score game, but like
27-20?
Yeah, something like that.
Who scores the most this week?
The scores the most this week. Maybe Detroit against the Bengals. Yeah. I could see that. Detroit playing the Bengals. I could see
Chargers.
Chargers. That's a realistic choice there.
I'm just
Chargers. Dallas. Honestly, Dallas can score right now. They just let the Packers.
Yeah, Dallas can definitely score.
They lit up the Packers deep. They can't stop a soul.
Right. Right.
But they could score with the best of them.
All right, let's go with Detroit.
I think I'd pick one of those 3: the Detroit, Chargers, or Dallas.
All right, let's go Detroit, and then the fewest points this week. Ooh,
fewest points. Titans,
Miami.
Miami. I'm trying to think who else. Saints, maybe.
Maybe Cincy.
I mean, yeah. Since he scored what 3 points last week.
Yeah.
But I think Detroit's going to roll over them. I think Detroit's like 10-point favorites right now, something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think Detroit's going to roll over them. But the games like that always scare me because I've always like garbage time. Like they put a point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The game gets out of hand. They're down by 3 scores. Then like Detroit starts easing off, and then the score ends up being 27-24, but really it was not close at all.
Yeah. Well, that's what took place last week with Buffalo in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Cincy as the fewest. What the heck?
Yeah.
Save the pick. We are officially in. Yep, we are officially in. All right. It is, of course, week 5, guys, but let's look at the table real quick. We moved up. We're moving on up to the east side, and we are now in the top 5, I believe. I'm going to double check here.
How many teams left in our Survivor?
I'll check that in just a second. I think so. We're a point away from the 4 seed in the pick'ems, or 2 away. If there's a tie at 45 points, second and third place. The judgment is 1, and it has Bears down. I don't think executive producer Mike will like that. Jeff C is in 4th place. We are in 5th, and then Building Blitz is at 47 points. They're the number 1, so we're 5 points behind that. So we need to start hitting on this. To go back to what you were saying, we were, I think, 5 teams left. We're going to double check that right now. Your official pick is the Indianapolis, Colts. Here it comes. It's loading.
Yeah, we're going to go with the Colts over the Raiders. I think that's a good pick. Solid pick there.
We are
we still have a lot of good teams we can still choose from too. That I like that.
They're including us. There's 6 active players left, so we won't know. And I'm trying to reach out to the commissioner. They need to get this pick in before Thursday. I'm just saying. If that's not the rules, okay. Now the other question is, what if it's a tie? Because if you had Dallas,
that's true. I think you're out. We didn't lose though.
No, we didn't lose. But if you had if someone picked Dallas last week, I'm not saying someone did. I'm just hypothetical. Then or Green Bay, then you're out. I think a tie, you're out.
Is that what happens?
I think that's what happened. That happens at Circa.
Let me see.
I got to reach out to the commissioner.
I'm gonna Google that right now because I'm curious.
I don't know. We might even get to the commissioner on the horn right now. Hold on. You search that. I'm gonna reach out to the commissioner right now. Yep. Right now. Where's here we go.
In an NFL Survivor pool, a tie is considered a loss by default in most pools, eliminating that participant. Huh. I did not know that. I just would assumed it just was like a push. Like we didn't really win though either.
Right. In Survivor.
Oh, look at this one. This one says some leagues, it says that if you have a tie, you are forced to choose the winner of the Thursday night game coming up. And if you don't pick that winner, then you're out. If you do pick the winner, then you're still in.
Oh. Okay, but wait a minute. I don't think that works because towards the end of the season, not everything has Thursday night football.
That's true. That's true.
All right, I just texted him. Hopefully he gets back to us before we get off the air here.
What happens when we're going into the playoffs? Do the teams
No. Well, then you split the pot, right?
Oh, yeah. Split the pot.
Oh, he saw it. Okay. We are live. We have a question. In Survivor, if it's a tie, you're eliminated. He saw it. So let's see if he responds. So while we wait for the commish to get it, back to us, we'll do some updates on some upcoming shows there, Shayna. We have, of course, UFC 320. Everything is done. The guys back in the studio has taken care of all the posters. We'll be covering 5 matches. I got to practice on a lot of the names of these guys, but I've seen some fights. And you know what? We've got 2 this month, my friend. We have 320, which is this Saturday. We get 2 weeks off, and then we're back 321.
Yeah,
I already saw the card. I'm pretty hyped about that.
Yeah, because they didn't have any, I don't think, in the month of September. I think they kind of like just took like a 5-week break there since the last one. I think it's been a little while since the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So they do that from time to time. I don't know if it's because of like scheduling or trying to get an arena or whatever, but
well, 321 there, Shano, is in Dubai.
Oh yeah, those are weird too because like the fights are like 2 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, no, it's not even that. It's like 3 a.m. or whatever. I'm just saying. Hey, what are you watching? UFC at 7:30 in the morning? Yeah. Who knew?
Eating your eggs and toast, and then you got the UFC on.
Exactly. And then of course 322 is in November. So I already looked ahead, and Ola Comics, the guys over at the studio, has been looking at all that stuff. So they do a hell of a job. They changed a little bit of the posters. We're going to show you guys a little bit later. But then without that, we have, of course, our live show. The college football picks is going to be at 8:30 live, and at 8 o'clock will be our NFL picks. So a lot's happening. And Adam, the Ace of Diamonds, back on fire. He picked live, and you can see it on. I know you saw it there, Shano.
Yeah.
The play-in pick, he did the Cubs over the San Diego Padres. So that actually hit plus 192. And then they had, of course, he picked the Red Sox to win game 1. But overall, he has the his beloved Yankees to win the series, which they tied it up. Now it's 1 game apiece with the Dodger game, which they said that the Reds should even just start going home. The Dodgers ended tonight. So, and they're up big right now.
Yeah, the Dodgers are incredible. I mean, Shohei Ohtani, I mean, he's probably he's got to be like the best athlete in sports right now, right? I mean, that kid can do everything. It's incredible. He's incredible. He's incredible.
Yeah.
He's pretty much, he won the MVP again this year, pretty much. I think they did for baseball. He's going to have the MVP every year. How are you the best hitter and the best pitcher in the league at the same time? It's like unheard of. It's unheard of, the things he can do.
I'm concerned about the wise man because his beloved Tigers made it.
That's right.
You know, barely, but you know, is that going to affect his college pick? That's my concern.
What's crazy to me is I heard. All right, so I don't follow baseball religiously as I do like NFL or UFC or hockey, stuff like that. I do keep up with it, but not as much religiously. But you know, the Mets didn't make it. They have like the highest payroll in baseball. Didn't make the playoffs at June 27th or something like that. So whatever that game that is, probably just past halfway of the year, right? Or around halfway of the year. They had the best record in baseball, and then they did not make the playoffs. That's a huge collapse with a huge payroll. That's crazy.
We have an answer. According to what the commissioner is saying, treats it as a loss. So if it's a tie, it's a loss. That's what I thought. Now I did ask there, Shano, does everyone must get the pick in before Thursday's game? Because if that was the case, not to call Prestige Worldwide out, but I'm just saying, if we're going when there's money involved, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, Shano.
Yep.
Now, do we make if we're the last two? Do we make deals?
Like chop the pot deals?
Yeah. Hey, you get 50, I get 50. We got to look at that.
Yeah, I got to look at that.
Based on, we're in good shape because we haven't used Philly, Buffalo.
You haven't used them. You haven't used.
We haven't used KC.
Starting to heat up. We haven't used. We haven't got a lot of teams, good teams we haven't used yet.
Yeah.
We haven't used Detroit. We haven't used Seattle. We haven't used.
No, we used Seattle.
Oh, that's right. We did use Seattle.
We used Seattle.
The Rams we haven't used.
We haven't used the Rams.
Rams we haven't used. Chargers.
And we haven't used Tampa.
Tampa we haven't used. Yeah, so we're still in good shape.
Yeah.
We still got a lot of good teams that we could use.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's and I was looking I found a really cool website. I want to share with people too. I'll put it out there. It's called Survivor Grid, and literally it lists. I'll show like a quick thing on my phone. It lists all the matchups going across, and you can see like it has the whole schedule for like the whole NFL. And you can just scroll over and see future matchups. It's really cool. I use it for Survivor all the time because that's what I was talking about with the Rams. I was like, if you can hold the Rams to week 9, I see right here. I can just scroll over. They're playing the Saints on week 9, and they had their bye week 8. I was like, that's like almost a guaranteed win.
Now, is that New Orleans at the Rams?
It's at the Rams off a bye week.
And Sean McVay is going to be like, studying his, what off.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, cool. Yeah. So, again, it is that if it is a tie, they are eliminated. So, we're going to go with that.
Yeah, that's what Google told me when I Googled it. I didn't know what had happened. I never had it happen to me before, so I had no idea. Do you remember it was years ago when McNabb was playing for the Eagles and he didn't know you could tie? Like the Eagles got in a tie and they're like, he's like, did you know? He's like, I didn't even know you could tie.
Oh my God. That may be worse than Brady. Hey, was that 4th down?
Yeah. I think Brady was trying to get one over on the ref there on that one. That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah. All right. Let's recap of what we have on our pick'ems. Our survivor pick is officially. Oh, wait a minute. We have it from the commissioner. My question was, does everyone must get the pick prior to Thursday's game? Commissioner saying no. Thursday is a must pick if only you're playing that matchup. Believes your pick has to be in 2 hours prior to kickoff Sunday. I think most people have a pick by Thursday. Thank you, Commissioner. All right, so our official pick for Survivor is Indianapolis Colts with Indiana Jones. So let's go with our pick'em picks recap. We have, of course, the Rams on tomorrow's night, Minnesota across the pond, Indiana Jones with the Colts, the Giants, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, Carolina Panthers, Baltimore Ravens, Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks, Detroit Lions, the Chargers of Los Angeles, and Buffalo KC, and that rounds up all of our picks. The most points will be Detroit, and the fewest will be Cincy. Now they do offer that, Shano. Before we go, that they do offer that at DraftKings of the most teams score as many points. So I'm curious what that is, but we never touched that.
Yeah, that would be interesting to look at. I never looked at those what the odds are on those yet, but that would be interesting to put some money on sometime.
Yeah, put a little pizza on that. All right, folks. So that's it. And don't forget, next week we have the return of hockey, the NHL. And then they start on the 8th there, Shano?
First game's the 7th.
7th. Okay.
First game is October 7th, which is, what is that, Thursday? Tuesday. Tuesday.
That is a Tuesday.
Tuesday. So that means maybe we can hop on real quick on Sunday or something. Sunday or Monday. Yeah. Because I want to do like a quick video on future bets you guys can make.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Metro, Atlantic, yada yada yada.
Yeah, just like who I think's gonna win each division, and then and like who you can put some money on for the Stanley Cup.
Right.
The Stanley Cup odds have changed a bunch in hockey, if you guys haven't heard, because the Panthers were heavy favorites to three-peat, but they lost their captain. Their captain went down in a practice injury, and he's out. He's going to be out for pretty much the year. They said he might come back before the playoffs. Depends on his recovery, and that's a huge loss for them. So the odds switched. They're still in the top like 5 or 6 best odds to win the cup, but it flipped like crazy as soon as that injury came out.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I think the number 1 odds favorite right now is Edmonton, which was in the Oilers, who was in the Stanley Cup, so finals. So they were up there. Stars were up there. Colorado's up there. Carolina, Hurricanes are up there. So I'm whittling mine down. I got most of my divisions picked. I'm gonna try and pick out a Stanley Cup winner too, and so we can put some money on that and see.
Cool.
But
and hopefully
we get out there before the season starts, because you have to put those out there before then.
Yeah, and hopefully we can get the Big Momo is going to join us too. So
yeah, we're trying to work out his schedule here. He might have to join us like a week or two into this game thing. Yep. Currently he's working nights, so it's a little tough for him to meet up.
Sure.
But his schedule's supposed to be changing, he said, because he's moving to a different location with his job. So, and he's like, hey, I can do it. And this week, so it might be like middle of October.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And then of course the NBA starts 2 weeks after that on the 21st. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, NBA starting then. They usually start around the same time, but remember the Winter Olympics are this year. We've said that before. So the NHL starting earlier because the players they take a break for the Olympics because the players play in the Olympic Games.
Right.
So
right.
And the NHL is trying to get rid of that again. They don't want the players playing in it because of injury concerns and all that stuff. But the players fought for it like crazy on the last CBA. The NHL players, because like they really want to support their country, because a lot of the players in the NHL are not from America. I mean, there's a decent amount from America, but I mean, there's a ton of Canadians, there's a ton of Russians, there's a ton of like Swedish guys, right? So there's guys from like all over, especially like the European countries up there. But
yeah.
We're
also finally going to get Her Excellency hopefully very, very soon. There's some controversy that's going on where Courier from the Minnesota Lynx just totally went off on Kathy, and she's hot.
Yeah, she put that business right on out there, didn't she?
I tell you, and I talked to a couple other people in the office that follows the WNBA more closely than I do. I respect the sport and stuff. We both do, but and I saw her when she was coming in the office. Her Excellency, she was like, "Hey, aces and five." So she's really happy. So she'll hop on to talk about what's going on.
Fan, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah. And she's gonna hop on and talk about, hey, this thing, MV just totally went off on Kathy. I don't blame her one bit.
Yeah,
I don't blame her one bit.
Yeah, that's big. That's big news. And then you got the WNBA finals is set right now, so that's coming up. I had a parlay for that game 5. I missed it by 1 point.
1 point. Oh, she came back. The assist. The girl.
No, she got the assist. She came back in and got another assist. I had her 5+ assists. She came in and got assist, but I had the Aces center, Smith. I think her last name is, and I had her 7+ points. She had 6.
Killing me.
I needed 1 point from her. 1 point. I was yelling at my TV. I was like, "Give her the ball, get a rebound, put it in. Come on, I just need 1 basket here. That's it."
Oh my gosh. No, it's fun. It's fun. We'll have her on, and we'll do a quick thing. We'll see how she's doing, and she's studying now apparently for the Professional Women's Hockey League, so the PWHL, which will start, I believe, in January, but that may change because of the Olympics. So no official word on that, but she's wants to try that out, and we welcome her to do that. So those are our picks there, Shano.
I will tell you, women's Olympic hockey, bet the USA. The USA dominates women's hockey.
Yeah. That's just like
Canada's usually tough, but USA usually dominates the Olympic hockey for women's hockey.
Just like in soccer. Easy. Yeah, that's free. It's free money. We're gonna hop off here. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget that hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Really helps the channel, guys. Really appreciate it. Catch up on all of our platforms: TikTok, Instagram, even here on YouTube. We're starting to hit our stride there, and our picks. We're on fire in football. So follow us. We'll be back here live. We've got a lot. We're gonna get some rest because we have a wild weekend. Shano, I guess we're staying up again for your UFC.
Yeah, gonna have to. I gotta watch it for sure.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem, Shano. We'll probably finish at 1:30 in the morning. Then I got to get back up earlier because we've got the Minnesota game.
Yeah, stupid London games.
Killing me.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when they put a team out there? Eventually, it's gonna happen.
I know.
I hate it, but it's gonna happen.
No, I want NFL Europe back. I want NFL. I thought it was good.
NFL Europe was good.
NFL Europe was great.
I was a Rain Fire team. That was my team from Germany. The Rain Fire.
Yeah,
I used to always root for them.
Yeah, bring it back, dude. I'm telling you, well, I don't know, and give him an opportunity, or maybe I don't know how that would work. Just kind of do a relegation.
The league has that program now for like foreign-born players to try and get into the league, and then like teams get like incentivized if like they have somebody. That's like a perfect system to do it with. Either the NFL needs some sort of farm system. It either has to be that or buy the UFL and make the UFL the farm system for the league. Because I think there's some positions where a little seasoning does you good. In the NFL, quarterback was one of them. You can see that some quarterbacks suck the first 2 years, and then they get like a change of pace or in the right system, or just learn, and then they get better. I would say offensive lineman is the same way for a lot of players. Sometimes it takes a year or two to get stronger, a little bit bigger, and actually understand the game and like how to work it at the pro level. So I think the NFL needs a farm system somehow, and I think like UFL is kind of being that way. A lot of guys get signed that way. I mean, the Skins should have signed one of those kickers that got signed from them, because all of them have been killing it in the league. But yeah, NFL Europe, I would say, yeah, bring it back.
So what was your team?
The Rain Fire.
The Rain Fire. I was rooting for the Frankfurt Galaxy.
The Frankfurt Galaxy. I remember them too.
Yep. And then I think they had a team in Amsterdam, or the Scottish Claymores. I remember them. Yep. I do remember them. So
I remember them too. But yeah, the Rain Fire. They played in Germany, obviously, but
yes,
Dusseldorf, Germany. But yeah, they had awesome uniforms too. They were really cool uniforms
with an H, because it's not like RHEIN.
Yep. Yep, that was my NFL Europe team. I used to play with. I remember Madden used to have them on there. The NFL Europe teams. I used to play with them. And my brother was not the best at Madden, and I would play as the Rain Fire, and he would play as whoever, the Rams or somebody, and I would still beat them.
Barcelona Dragons.
Yeah.
I remember those. They need to bring that back. I think that would be huge. But the problem is, when do you put it on?
It's hard to put it on during the NFL season, but it'd be great on the off season for sure.
Yeah, I think you don't want to go against the March Madness. I don't think you go against March Madness at all. I think what you could do is start it, once March. So April, just go. April, you're on fire. I mean, there's baseball, but if you're going to see good football, UFL, do it in April. So maybe do some preseason stuff. Hey, we're bringing it back, yada yada yada. But you got to grow this brand of UFL. Maybe do a little Europe, NFL Europe, and then intertwine it with the NFL.
Do you want to know? I think that'd be perfect. Put it in April, and then that's a perfect time slot, because that's like when a lot of sports are dying. Pretty much, you only have baseball to compete with, right? So,
I would bring college football 1 week earlier.
Yeah, we talked about that before, and I would agree that 100%.
Yeah,
100%. Do you know the most famous person to play for the Rain Fire?
You put me on a spot.
He's an actor. I'll tell you that. It's not even he was a football player, but he's an actor. No, he's an actor, and now he's like the host of like America's Got Talent or something like that. Terry Crews. President Camacho.
Not Teddy Long.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
He played for the Rain. He was a Redskin too. Did you know that?
That I did not know.
He was a Redskin. I don't think he actually made the squad, but he was on the practice squad. I know he was in there for training camp for the Redskins for sure. And then he might have made the team for like a week or two, but I don't think he was past that. But yeah, he played for the Rain Fire. That's like another thing I know about him.
There you go.
And I really like him. And you ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
No.
Oh, great movie. He plays the president in it. His name is like Hermando Mountain Dew Camacho or something like that. He's the President Camacho. And he's a retired wrestler who became president.
Is he like Soriano in 24?
Yeah.
But he has the voice too. Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate. He had that deep.
Yep.
Oh man, we're having too much fun. All right, we're gonna hop off, get some Z's, and again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. See you later.
See ya.